Greetings, scholars. This is the final review, part 10. So, we're going to talk about sound intensity right here on this question. I want you to look at your formula sheet and you're going to find this equation. Okay. We see that equation all the time. So, I'm kidding, we don't. This equation has to do with the decibel conversion in terms of sound. So decibels are exponential, hence the log, kind of like when you talk about earthquakes. When you talk about the Richter scale, it's also logarithmic scale. So a earthquake of magnitude 7 is actually 10 times greater than an earthquake of magnitude 6. It's logarithmic. So this right here is telling us this is actually your scale in decibels. I is your intensity. And obviously, I naught is your initial intensity. Okay, I've rewritten this equation here. If you encountered a question that was asking for how many times something would be, let me explain to you that this would be your ratio. Okay, or number of times. So what this means is, in a question like that, this would be your answer. So I'm going to rewrite this as 10 log. Okay, I'm going to write that little 10 under there. That's the understood 10. Right, but that's what log means. It's log base 10 typically. So I'm going to call this x because that's what we're looking for. Now I'm going to take this one step further and I'm going to rewrite it like this, something that we've looked at before in algebra. So I'm going to write it in this form, which is just 10 log Okay, if we were in algebra class and we wanted to rewrite that, how would we manipulate that to make it look like something that actually means something to us? If you remember, you always start with what sticks out. Well, first of all, let me take this 10 and put it to the x. Okay, so our first step would be that log 10x to the 10th equals our decibels. Your next step is take what sticks out, which is that little 10 right there. Okay, so it's 10 to that power equals this. So it ends up being 10 to this power equals x to the 10th. All right, so what we are trying to do is find x. You see now why this is hard to solve for this equation. But I'm really just going to kind of take it a little bit further because this b right here is going to be our, we'll say it's our change in decibels. And you'll see that. So when I rewrite this, I'll get that 10 to the power, which is the change in decibels, right, equals x to the 10th. So I'm just putting change, just so you understand that. How do I get x by itself? I have to take it to the, what? To the 10th root. What's the other way to write that? Well, to the 1/10 power. In the end, your final equation is simply the answer you're looking for, which is x, is going to equal 10 to the delta b over 10 power, and that's your answer. Okay, I want you to answer this question on your Edpuzzle. Okay, go ahead and answer that question now.